Hey guys. What's up? Amlo's here. Good boy. Yeah, you good boy. Getting the new internet tomorrow morning. Well, before the stream dies completely, I'm going to start thanking everybody who helped subscribe to the stream tonight. But before that, I'm going to get another Red Bull to cheer myself up because, boy, that is depressing. I'll be right back. Well, I mean, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just walking over to the fridge. You know what I'm saying. Ah! I almost fell down. Okay. Let's thank some people, shall we? I'd like to thank Big Cosmert for subbing for 3, 78 for subbing for 13, and Fable Guide subbing for 10. Appreciate it. Clipper gave a sub to Saltmeister. Thanks, Keeper. So, the bummerest thing is like, obviously, that's a bummer, but it also, as Rubber Fist Fight points out, it really saps your forward momentum. And the other thing, it's like, yeah, I haven't been being able to stream regularly for 2 weeks now, right after I took a week off, at which point my internet was, of course, fine. It's a bummer, man. Megboy Manuel, sub for 11. Thank you, Megboy. Sup, Pat? Environment design in this game has been incredible so far. Just big Western space adventure. I love the sound design, too. Every interaction just sounds great. If you found a good shotgun yet, like the ones in New Vegas, I have found shit all for good shotguns, unfortunately. Wool, sub for 10. Atomic VR, sub for 3 to say Spooky Porgmos. That's right. Oh, what a good boy. Zero Turia, sub for 19. Thank you, Zero. Waddle Dupe, sub for 15, says, hey, I've been looking forward to this game. Thanks for letting me see it before. I throw my money at it, Pat. You're quite welcome. By the way, I'm gonna keep going. If we get one more, stream will be over. And I'm gonna try and get this robot quest done, regardless. Everwine sub, thank you. Overpriced Taco sub for 5, thank you. Stream is not over until the next disconnect. Kurura sub for 4, thank you, Kurura. Zamaraskiwich sub for 13 says big soul, lost soul from internet, but big level up too. Yes, how appropriate. That was 2 hours ago. SirGXE sub for 22 says witty sub message. Thank you. Very funny. It is simple sub for 16 says hey Pat, love you man. Hope all is well. Could be better. If you had to choose where to start fresh and get into, would you recommend Destiny 2 or Astral Chain? Those are very different. One is very much a single player action game, and one is like a pseudo MMO. Quecklin, the Impure King, kicked in $15. Thank you, Quecklin. Pat, longtime fan, etc. This whole Indivisible snafu brought up my oldest Pat grief. You always dunk on Front Mission 4. You never explain why you dislike it. Please elaborate. Its story is incredibly tied to 2 games that never came out here, or came out decades later that nobody knows about. It's very disconnected from Front Mission 3. It doesn't use the kind of same skill system as Front Mission 3. And its primary mechanic is link attacks, which I didn't feel worked all that well. And ironically enough, going from less skills but more characters, or 6 on the field with the link attacks, I found a lot less compelling than 4 characters on the field with the skill system. Also, I didn't think the story was all that interesting. It didn't grab me like the first, like Front Mission 3 did. Front Mission 3 is the weird one, but because it was the first one people out in the West got, that's what we all expected it to be. Whereas Front Mission 4 is more classic, but I don't like it nearly as much. Sora 2030C sub for 15 says Outer Worlds hype. Yes, very much. Thank you. Dead Pal kicked in 5 says Pat, I don't know if you saw the Chris Avallone tweet from 2 days ago with the pure fire he threw at Bethesda, thanking them for the coordinated announcement for Fallout First alongside the Outer Worlds launch. That's weird. He would say that considering he has all this weird beef with Obsidian now. Tron Beaton sub for tier 2 for 3 months. Says, just want to say your slash page music makes me think of the Tekken character customization music. Yeah, it's good. It's by Fingers. Tech Turtle sub for 8. Half Awake sub for 13. Thank you. Tiz86 gifted another sub to Garrosh Hexstream. Thank you, Tiz. Lazy Saiyajin sub for 15 months in a row. Thank you. Hawkrush gave subs to 40 people. Thank you, Hawkrush. That's a bit much, but thank you. Very appreciated. Breaking Ratchet and Lorca Nomad subbed. Chaos Volpus sub for 2, says have a sub because I have nothing better to sub to. Well, if that's not a ringing endorsement, I don't know what is. Sienna Alpha sub for a year. Thank you, Sienna Alpha. Zrufro subbed. Nomad Scholar sub for 4, says cure you for Tekken when? Probably never. Ebony Glow sub for 9, says hey Pat, this game's amazing. It doesn't feel like a game we would have gotten nowadays, but I love it. Enjoy. I would enjoy it a lot more if I could keep playing it in peace. Without. He's... Tall Guy sub for 10, says 10 months. Whoop, pet the baby. Already done. Toastmaster General sub for a year, says I sub for Elmo. Pat is just a bonus. That's fair. Rabbit Dragon sub for 8. Oh Chicken sub. True Sleep King sub for 4. Centrillion sub for 7, says thank me daddy. Don't call me that, it's creepy. And the Mr. Roboto sub for 3. Thank you, Mr. Roboto. Appreciate it. All right, let's get back to getting that Die Robot quest. Hopefully we're able to continue and complete it tonight. If not, fuck! But hey, we'll give it a shot, huh? Oh, and Withered Pool Boy sub for 5 to say fuck you. All right, that's fair. So the headshot killed the robot. I mean, it's a dead robot now. You know, does my quest for the robot? Yeah, it does have a very specific location. Good. Yes. Oh, disarm the security fences. Why not? Let's review the logs. Security logs are inaccessible in keeping with Spacer's Choice Company policy. All logs have been terminated in the event of a major emergency, catastrophic event, or security breach. Scheduled security updates on the Spacer's Choice facility are critically overdue. Your last scheduled security update occurred on Never. You are a member of the Spacer's Choice security detail assigned to this location. Please turn in your identification for immediate reprimand. Failure to do so may result in immediate reprimand. This gun is cool. So I need to find a living robot. Is this some kind of shotgun, dude? What the fuck? I'm a little confused.
Unexpected noise identified. Searching for unauthorized person.
Oh, it is like a shotgun. This thing kicks ass.
Don't mess with us.
Yeah, this thing rocks.
All performing.
Here they come.
What the? Where? Oh! Good one. Good one, me. Mmm. Alright. Let's take a look on the outside of the facility, shall we? Turns out robots don't like too much electricity. Ooh, splash-resistant lab outfits. Classy. Fucking felt it. I felt it back there.
That was quick.
Yeah, because it costs free. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that secret. Look at that secret. I saw somebody in chat say something fairly interesting. You can tell how much Pat's enjoying a game by how bummed out he is when the stream crashes. When it started going during the end of the Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringer stream, I started to lose. Like, you guys couldn't see it, but man, I was stressed. Fire on Edgewater probably not happening until the next stream, because this stream's falling apart. Oh, you totally failed that quest before you Good to know. Deserters first. I suppose we'll go talk to the deserters first, then. Where are they on the map? Figures. They're in the part I haven't looked at. What a beautiful goddamn game. Oh, hey. You hate the Moon Man? I fucking love the Moon Man. He's terrible. He does look like Pops from regular show. You're completely right. Oh! That's the fattest fucking snake I ever did see.
Wow, you got that?
Oh, I'm on the... Did I kill the people here? I did. I did kill you guys. But I didn't loot you properly. How unfortunate. I don't know why I didn't loot you guys properly. I really should have. It's impolite, you know? To not fully scrape their corpses of the juice. Yeah, I remember coming up here and stabbing and shooting. Yeah. Wait, no I didn't. Yeah. Yeah, no, this is new. This is a new area. In that case, what killed these guys? Yeah. I like that the hacking is just Deus Ex hacking. It's like, fucking hold the button. Or like, do we really want to make another fucking hacking and or lockpicking minigame? Nah, not really. That would be Monkey Canyon down there, I believe. Boy, this game is pretty. It really goes to the heart of like, hey, you know what's gorgeous? Planetary bodies that you can see. It's beautiful. Oh, some dead doggos out here.
Move along, stranger. You don't want any trouble.
I would not like any trouble either, Grace. Especially since you're really... I want your gun.
I'm ready for this. Don't mess with us.
Nah. I don't want any trouble either, Grace.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
I'm looking for Adelaide. I need to talk to her.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
Reed says something about workers living out here.
Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
We're gonna find Adelaide.
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
Marauder trouble?
You don't know what enough with the questions means? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
Oh, no, yeah. Upbeat, little strange, love Rizzo's? Yeah, I met Zoe. She's in Marauder camp.
Thank the Eternal. Wait, Marauder camp? Is she alright?
You mean, she's become one of them? She's like Queen of the Marauders or whatever?
Queen of the Marauders, huh? That's what comes of watching serials. Rots your gray. If you could bring her home, I'd be obliged. And if you could cross off some Marauders on the way, I'd be much obliged.
I got a couple questions about her.
I'll tell you what I can.
How well do you know her? She seems
Well,
nuts.
enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
Seems so personable. Can't imagine why you didn't get along.
She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own.
All right.
What is it?
I'm good, Grace. I'm good. Calm your shit, please. For the love of God. We're chill out. Oh my God, this is another little baby town. Little baby town. Let's rob it. What's mine is mine. What's yours is mine. Everything is mine because I'm stealing your shit. Oh, there's a cute little town, eh? Oh, hey, deserter. How are you? How close can I get to you? Pretty close. And your brains just turn the fuck off when you're doing that, huh? Just look over there. Just shh. Oh my, what the? I was able to pass straight through her. Like she wasn't even there. Oh wow. Hey, look over there. Hey. That's crazy. Can't get in. Darn. This is almost as big as fucking Edgewater.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Da, da, da. Just gonna close this door a little bit. Sorry, Parvati. Sorry about that, honey. There we go. Oh, there's places up here too. Why is the botanical area so well formulated and stocked? Right? Like shit. Love how stealing is just like, just don't get caught. Just rob as much as you fucking can. Just don't get caught. Because the smart ones left? I don't think that's the case. I mean, I'm talking about, like, straight up the amount of buildings, you know? Ooh, a bunch of nanners. You didn't see shit. Look at this place. Fancy. Very fancy. Where does that fucking go? Oh, I'll go out there. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll see how that goes. And there's the workbench. Hey, Thomas.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi.
Oh, he's got the boners.
Hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Ape Hawk is right. He is
I'm just
thirsty.
along with
Thirsty for
fella here.
cheese.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
Never too late. I could give you a couple pointers.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
You mentioned 2 pads. What about the third?
I wish I knew. I wagered the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the third's gone, I can't say.
Well, I mean, I already have one, Thomas.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
I got the first one. I found it in the community archives.
Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
I'll let you know if I find the others, buddy.
Sure. I'd be glad to take them off your hands.
Let me ask you something.
What's on your mind?
How long you lived here?
Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious.
What are you doing out there? What the fuck are you doing?
We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go. Mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own.
Survive on my own.
I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay,
Well, that's very
you know,
sweet, Parvati.
Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could really use... this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Let's keep talking to the gang. Oh, hey, deserter. Hey, other deserter. I'm gonna steal your apples. Stealing your apples. Do I still love it? Absolutely. I just don't love my internet right now. Is the third one something that I can find out myself via clues, or do I just have to, like, literally... I did not open that, but okay, if you want it. I'll figure it out. There's a quest that'll mark it. Got it, thank you. Hey, Stephen Garcia.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout, too. Something I can help you with?
Told one of your numbers gone missing.
You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
What happened when she disappeared?
Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
Tell me about Zoe.
Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics.
Jesus
Shame
Christ.
she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her.
What were you gonna surprise her with?
The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day.
Any chance you could give me that copy?
Not much of a chance, no. Mind if I ask why you're interested?
Zoe's living with marauders. I need something to tempt her to come back.
Zoe's living with marauders? Yeah, that sounds like the sort of sideways, brat-brained plan Zoe'd come up with. Yeah, it could be you're telling the truth. Or maybe you're trying to wheedle me into relinquishing my only copy of The Masked Marketeer. It's a collector's edition after all.
Dude, I don't give a fuck about your fucking show.
Yeah, you're probably right. A true fan would have displayed a gleam in their eye upon hearing the words collector's edition. Here you go, latest copy of The Masked Marketeer. Tell Zoe we're all waiting on her.
You got anything to sell,
Fresh
man?
off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
What the fuck is wrong with you people? Fiver. A Spacer's Choice revolver that was customized by weapons to use heavy Vulcan ammo. Only 5 rounds fit in the cylinder, but they hit like an asteroid. Yeah. No, I'll sell back at town. I don't get as much of a discount from you people. Wow, the stock's pretty bad in here, huh? About to get a little bit worse. Hello. Zoe's journal. So that's it then. No more Edgewater for me. No more cannery. No more jumpsuits and gloves. Yes, ma'ams. And would you like it others? Don't know why I'm writing this down for posterity's sake, but I've always hated the cannery, and I don't think I'll ever have to look back to this journal many years hence. Tell myself, oh wow, I did hate the Vale once, didn't I? Just because I got sick. Everybody got sick. Well, okay, I got sick and grabbed a little too much Adrena time. So really a crime? I'm gonna treat myself when I'm sick, don't I? Whatever happened to personal responsibility and surviving by one's own bootstraps? Oh, but you misappropriate 1 box of Adrena time. Suddenly you're committing larceny. Yeah, that's about right. Well, today's the day, Zoe. Today's the day you take your destiny into your own hands. I've been listening to Grace talk about the Marauder threat. Bands of wild, free-spirited bandits living in camps out in the hills, warming themselves by the light of barrel fires. Probably mounted the heads of their enemies on spikes as a warning to people like me. Living a life with comfort and ease, free of any rules. I bet they could take the whole region if they were organized. I've been tucking away some of Adelaide's food, and I've got some spare cans of salt tuna. Should have last me a couple weeks if I ration. Got some Adrena time, too. Everybody loves Adrena time, even Marauders, right? Got odds those Marauders will let me throw in with them if I dangle a couple syringes of Adrena time before their eyes. This is going to be great. Look out, Terra 2. Bandit Queen Zoe's origin story has just begun. I'm going to have a whole gang of Marauders at my beck and call. Maybe I can even score some Rizzos. Hey, man. Bye, man. I'm gonna steal your toiletries. Mm-hmm. Cool. I like it. Hello. Personal files. Hack. Welcome, McDevitt. May the Eternal bless my first endeavor. It's been 2 days since I walked away from life at the Edgewater Cannery. Fortuitously, the old botanical labs are still operational. Mostly. The soil's sour. I'll do what I can, but I'm going to need some powerful fertilizer. Tired of having the taste of salt tuna lingering on my tongue day in, day out. I want something fresh, something that grows out of the earth. We found another worker from Edgewater, ex-worker now. Desertion rates must be climbing. I'm not terribly surprised. Reed-style management has always been tyrannical. Imagine an exodus is brewing. At any rate, the worker was in sorry state. Fever, shallow breathing, delirious. Must have been plagued. I set him right with a diet of greens. He was all better in a couple weeks, physically, spiritually. He's one of our flock now. It's not a real plague. It's from the tuna. They're just horribly, horribly malnourished.
Pretty.
Oh, it's just the flu? I'm hereby repurposing the botanical lab from its original conception as a gear in the soulless automaton of the corporate machine. Greenhouse may look impressive, but like all Spacer's Choice products, it's cheap and unreliable. Shall have to make some repairs with my own two hands. The place shall become a nursery. Before it was abandoned, I understand that horticulturists failed to produce a single viable crop. Something about the soil being too poor. Determined to find a way. May the Eternal smile upon my endeavors. Flora are living things as sensitive to their environment as any breathing, thinking body. Contend that the crops in this region failed because the corporate scientists tending to them are cold, heartless, inhumane people, acting on behalf of a sterile and inhumane power. One cannot expect your crops to flush with green and reach for the sky under these conditions. The soil is sour, it's true. I don't know how to quite explain that. I'm sure the scienticians say something about biology or a carbon cycle. But I can conclude, after months of my own experimentation, the secret to a rich, wholesome garden is love, attention, compassion, and a natural fertilizer bursting with organic materials, just as nature intended. This place is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Holy shit. Yeah, well, I won't steal that one. Adelaide, let me talk to you.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
You must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
She does.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
This is your greenhouse.
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe.
Oh,
and
no.
the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
Surprised you managed to grow anything here.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Looks like you've made a home for yourself.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Why'd you leave your old home?
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
So Reed sent me to make peace.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile?
I am.
Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
You're living off power that belongs to the town. Come back to the cannery. That's just about it.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and
That's
my own are
snappy.
living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert your power to him. He mentioned the geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a power regulator. I need it for my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
What do you got against the town exactly?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scrap Spacer's Choice throws them.
I have.
You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
I really don't like you throwing that in her face to get me on your side. It's super fucked.
I'm alright. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear.
What do you got people against people trying to make a living?
It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. The company owns them. Body, blood, and bones. You've been there. You've seen it. All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery.
Let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
I think that's a highly idealistic version of the situation. You think Reeves is trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Where are we headed?
Thomas seems to like you.
He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda.
You sure? Oh man, the tool he was thinking of wasn't his wrench.
Thomas always
Was his
listened to me.
penis.
Never said I was odd, never tried to... I just want to think of him like that. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants.
What's his penis?
I'd like to do that for him.
Alright. Frightened engineer. Alright, let's go get one of those. Which I apparently am not allowed to fast travel here right now for some fucking reason. Oh, I was hitting the wrong thing. Let's hit the wrong thing. My bad. It's his penis. Finale. Okay, Finale, you've been timed out for 2 days. Shut the fuck up. You're not helping by dumping character background information that I don't know about that I haven't found out about.
Heard something outside the walls.
Nothing for us outside those walls.
Wonder if the plague's ever gonna pass.
Just keep working.
Basically said, by the way, this character has this backstory thing. I'm like, thanks. I would have liked to find that on my own. That would have been really nice, actually. Oh, it was right here the whole time. Symptoms of infection have reached a critical mass. I've instructed our staff to transform the old domicile into a sick house. Plague is a reality of life on the frontier, and as spacers, we are expected to face up to reality. The reality is that we do not carry enough medicine to treat all of you. Medical treatment is a privilege, not a right. We must strive every day to demonstrate our worthiness of that privilege. If you find yourself suffering with the symptoms of the incipient plague, best thing you can do for yourself, your family, is to don your jumpers and come to work. Work fortifies the spirit. Physical illness recapitulates spiritual weakness. Fuck off. So I have a second one. I mean, I guess I can just go give it back to him right now, right? Where'd he go? Hey, Timmy Toms. You're not Timmy Toms. Wait. You're not Timmy Toms at all. Neither are you. Oh, there you are, Timmy Toms.
Any luck finding one of those manuals? No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
The second one.
Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment. Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands.
I wonder what would happen if I went back and told Reed. Anybody want to help me out by Volume 3? I'm going to assume it's in the geothermal plant. I mean, that would make sense, right? Yeah, okay. I was thinking about going to talk to Reed. Thanks for telling me, Thanks for telling me to go back to talk to him.
If you're falling sick, I don't want you near me.
Wonder if the plague's ever gonna pass.
Hey, Reed, where the fuck you at? I like how she just teleports in here. Baba da, hey. Hey, Reed.
My offer remains standing should you reconsider.
Wanted to talk to you about some shit.
Go ahead.
Taking a look around the fucking town lately, man?
It is my job to keep 2 eyes on my town. I am the steward of this place, and this is my watch post.
How long you worked here?
I'm trying to remember 25 years, 26. When you get to my age, the years just rush by. You stop counting altogether. I remember looking out this window and seeing the Vale spread out from horizon to horizon. We were a sprawling town. We were booming. Times change, people change, but the Vale will always be here. Spacer's choice will always be here. Our work won't ever end. I take comfort in that.
The town's falling the fuck apart, man.
I wish you wouldn't say things like that.
You disagree?
Yes, as a matter of fact. When I stand at my window and look out over my town, here's what I see. I see decent, loyal, hard-working people. I see a family. We are all part of the Spacer's Choice family. We are all doing what we were brought into this world to do.
You're loyal to Spacer's Choice, it seems.
This is a Spacer's Choice town. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. The company keeps us warm, keeps us fed, keeps us working. Loyalty's got nothing to do with it, friend. This is good old-fashioned gratitude.
Ugh.
Go ahead.
You seem pretty fixated. You want to talk about the plague?
Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things always gets my bile up.
How long's the plague been going on?
That I cannot say. There was no moment when the plagues began. Disease always lurks on the fringes of society, waiting to infect the idle and the lethargic. But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become progressively worse and increasingly frequent.
You know, you should have developed an immunity after repeated exposure.
Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages the imagination. I believe plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty and our fortitude, and it is one we will see through to the end.
So you're withholding medicine from people?
If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't save everyone. So I have to choose.
That's pretty fucked.
Yes, it is. And it's necessary. Spacer's Choice is a family. And the survival of the family is more important than the survival of the individual.
Alright. It's because you're eating rats. It's literally just because you're all eating fucking rats. You're literally just poisoned. It's just food poisoning. This is a big rat I got here. Damn. Alright, here we go. Die, robot. Oh, I'll feed him a bullet. Don't you worry, guys. What the fuck happened here?
The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
Yeah, you're doing the right. How the Suck it, robot. Hey, Parvati. Hit that bitch! Good backhand. Good backhand. Let's get that logic module. Fucking figures. Personal files. Chester Higgins again. That whole head. Found him fiddling around with one of the mechanicals, so I had to write him up for tampering with the company property. Just in case I'm reading this a couple days from now and feeling bad for what I've done, let me remind myself that I've warned him before. He's always been a little crooked in the skull. He was working on some logic module. I confiscated it. Should be in the lockaway room for the foreseeable future. Doesn't sit right with me. Company's been replacing our guards with auto mechanicals. At this rate, I'm going to end up chief security with no staff, just a small army of mechanicals. Lock is about, guns pointed every which way. Company tells us they're safe, programmed to treat us like humans like their own. People are liable to break down, but auto mechanical never will. I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me. Company's never been wrong before, I suppose. Worse has happened. Mechanicals are nuts. Lock myself down here, just trying to gather my courage. Gonna make a mad dash for the control room. Might be able to shut things down. We'll delete this entry if I ever return. Greetings, Security Chief Tanaka. This automated message initiated by Space's Choice Worker Safety Contingency Protocols. A security lockdown has been initiated. This is not a test. Your behavior during this lockdown will be reviewed during your quarterly audit. Anxiety is a common side effect of life-threatening situations engendered by security lockdowns. Fight back in society with an ice-cold bottle of Zero-G Brew. Zero-G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails you. Let's unlock that fucking door. Authorization code required. Luckily, I have passcode. How the fuck am I gonna get in there? Alright. Let's explore the remainder of the area that I didn't need the key to access before we continue onwards. Glad I got this shock cannon, tell you what. Okay, that's where I would have entered. Got it. Hello, fancy room. With hopefully fancy terminal, such as unlock the office door. This letter serves as an informal notification of our company's displeasure towards your management of the Emerald Vale Geothermal plant for reasons related to exceeding your staff budget in the latest quarterly report. Fire 5 people immediately. Additionally, please contact our office to schedule your official reprimand at the earliest convenience. Failure to schedule your official reprimand will result in an official reprimand. Space's Choice family would collectively remind you that working for Space's Choice is not a right, but a privilege. No need for... To the esteemed members of the Emerald Vale Development and Oversight Committee, I hope this letter finds you wealthy. After due consideration of your last letter, I've identified and terminated no fewer than 5 subordinates who are unable to provide sufficient justification for their ongoing employment. I'd like to remind the Oversight Committee that while most of Emerald Vale has failed to meet its production and output quotas, particularly our agriculture and fishing and canning department, neither of which are anywhere close to profitable, the Emerald Vale Geothermal plant remains committed to providing cheap, cost-efficient power to the entire region. We have investigated the claims made against the profitability of the greater Emerald Vale region. Our offices agree with you. Agriculture and fishing and canning have experienced a steady decline, while the Emerald Vale Geothermal plant remains somewhat profitable. Our offices are currently investigating ways to implement additional cost-saving measures, which will ultimately lead to a leaner, more streamlined, more efficient geothermal plant. Please be informed that the Space's Choice Development and Oversight Committee has taken a significant insurance policy against the Emerald Vale Geothermal plant. The office would like to assure you this insurance policy is a standard procedure. Do not attempt to interpret, understand, or otherwise extrapolate meaning from this decision. As a special courtesy, we have deployed a proprietary team of engineering specialists to the Emerald Vale plant. The team of specialists has been instructed to refit and upgrade the plant's population of auto mechanicals free of charge. Oh my fucking god. They fucking built this place to fucking break down and die on purpose. So they could get the fucking insurance money. Holy shit. Just gets worse and worse and worse. Just gets worse and worse and worse. Yoink. Hello. Hey, man. You doing okay? Doesn't look like it. Looks like you got shot by a robot. Sucks, bruh. Hello. This is what I'm looking for, I think. Because this shit looks important. Life gives you lemons. Consider it a free trial from your friends at Spacer's Choice. Plant status. Emerald Vale operating at 22% efficiency. Structural damage detected. Notify your designated supervisor. Alright. Place is fucking falling apart. It's not even gonna last. I wonder if...
Unexpected.
Unexpected get fucked. How about that?
That's the last of them.
Hey, man. Didn't hide too well down here, huh? Sucks, bruh. But some of them got killed, huh?
Processing.
Here we go. Oh, look at us.
Yeah, we're kind of crushing it here, Parvati. We're kind of crushing it here. Bop that fucker. Yeah, bop him. Yeah, bop him. Man, you people got fucked, huh? What do we have here?
Self-diagnostics complete. Navigation
Jeremy!
systems operational. Combat systems operational. It's not the best choice. It's the Spacer's choice.
This is odd. Why aren't you hitting me?
Hostile actions towards Spacer's choice mechanics are contrary to logical directive. Conclusion: all hostile automechanicals must be defective in compliance with Spacer's choice policy. All defective automechanicals must be permanently dismantled. Please allow me to assist.
You want to help me destroy the others?
Affirmative. Mechanicide protocols loaded. Awaiting confirmation.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jeremy. Repair log 12. Corporate just sent a team of technicians to conduct a complete refit of all our mechanicals. Every Sentry and drone. It's not my place to say so, but doesn't this run contrary to Spacer's Choice mission of being as cheap as possible? Just in case I'm audited, I'd like to formally express how grateful I am to be part of the Spacer's Choice family. Spacer's Choice is the leading brand of affordable sundry across Halcyon. It's not the best choice. It's the Spacer's Choice. Just finished routine maintenance on the mechanical sentries. I found some strange modifications to their logic modules. I haven't had time to run a diagnostic, so I don't know what's been modified. All I know, these mods were introduced in the recent refit. Company went through the trouble of refitting every single mechanical in the plant not too long ago. Guessing this was the work of those visiting technicians. I filed a report, but my supervisor told me not to worry about it. Said the company knew what it was doing. Ordered me to forget about any alleged modifications to the logic modules. Decided to do a little bit of smoothing on my own self. Got my hands on a logic module. Time to do a little experimentation. Thanks, Jeremy. You're okay, you know that? I assume this is barred? Yes, sir. Hello. Light machine gun. Hey, security chief. Shame about you. Chester's passcode. Where would I get Chester's passcode?
No, just leave me alone.
Are you alive? Somebody actually... Jeremy, how'd you get down here before me? Oh, I guess he would be freaked out, huh? Bard. Alright, no.
Go away, Phantom.
Higgins, huh?
You're not real. You're not real.
Higgins, fucking calm down. Wherever the fuck you are, though, I don't see where you are. You're probably down there.
Go away, Phantom.
This area's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Hello, Impact Hammer. Hello, whatever the fuck that is.
Not real. You're not real.
Higgins, I want to congratulate you for being alive down here. It's actually... Yes! Pretty impressive.
You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram.
Calm down. Not trying to hurt you.
You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
Yeah, it's the sprats. You're not imagining me.
Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
How long you been down here, man?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
What exactly do you do here?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
You're an engineer.
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
How do I stop these mechanicals, dude?
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
I will beat you, motherfucker. Listen, I can fuck them up. I made it this far, right?
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Right. So somebody fuck with this, huh?
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
Any idea where I can find a logic module?
Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module.
Oh.
The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
Alright, that's not what I wanted to ask you. How'd you survive this?
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
This place looks like it's been abandoned for a while. What happened?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
You weren't killed?
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
Oh. Alright, thanks, man. Lucky you. There we go. Modify behavior. Select new mode. Error. All right. Wow, fuck off. Select new target. Define intruders. Define intruders as a spacer's choice out of mechanicals. Now that should do a bunch. Yeah, that's got something going on. Let's go get that logic module first, though. There we go. Some delicious items. Weapon parts. Drino time. Drino. Logic module. Hot diggity. Got it. Stranger land. You know what's funny? The quest has me go that way, but there's so much more down here. And lockpicking is just hurting me. Now that's barred. Now I should be able to get in there relatively early. Sorry, easily. Check out the armor I got. Riot control armor. Worker's outfit. Not much. All right.
Reminder, please pay your...
Mind steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Thank you.
Incoming!
You know.
Don't mess with us.
Oh, thanks. Shut off the steam. Is that? Sorry, Jeremy. It was your fate. Oh, hey, workbench. That's a bit odd. This is a break room. Hello. Looks like I got them all except for one. I didn't even notice. You're right.
System.
No!
Oh, well, okay. Good job. And you guys all got fucked super hard, huh? These things really took care of each other. Uh-huh. Gotta repair this place, too. It's a fucking mess in here. Uh-huh. Why was this place running at 22% efficiency? Right. Ah. Good. Edgewater. Botanical labs. Memory purged. Alright. Had to borrow your copy of Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. Rate has been sputtering and need the reference. Return the copy to the repair bay. Chaos everywhere. Mechanical's gone haywire. Blah, blah, blah. We're all going to die. Spacer's choice.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
Thank you, Diamond. Reed tells me Edgewater's gonna die without workers in power.
Sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
Deserters are a community, though. Can't just destroy what they fucking did.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
I see your point. I'm ready to make a decision.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you, Parvati. You're all right.
Really? I mean, wow. thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Am I gonna fail a bunch of quests by making this decision? Because I want to turn those in. Whatever, I'll just save the fucking game. Doesn't matter. Plant status. Still 22%. But oh, I increased the output, not the efficiency. Redirect power. Safety failures detected. High likelihood of moderate to severe structural damage. Redirecting power is irreversible. Sure. Sorry.
I can't stop thinking on Edgewater, Captain. I'm glad the deserters are gonna be alright now they got power, but what about the town? All those people.
We'll talk later. Yeah, let's check our rep, shall we? Love me too much. Yeah, I happen to know for a fact that trying to middle road this causes the game to be like, fuck you, you loser bitch. Hey, Tommy.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
Found it.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
The part 3. Somebody put it in the geothermal plant.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati. I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
How do you make Adelaide the town leader? People are saying you can do that. Ah, I see. Interesting.
You hear that? That low, pleasant hum of electricity? It whispers across the Vale like the winds of change. You've done well. I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out and the cannery fell to silence.
You really have it for Reed, huh?
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
Hey, tell all you want, it won't bring your son back. But what happens now?
Time's come to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else to go.
You don't sound too pleased.
I don't look forward to turning folk away. Camp's gotta stay pure, though. Can't have corporate loyalists mixing with us, no matter how desperate they may be. I am curious. Why did you help us?
I'm sorry.
You don't know who we are. You don't owe us a thing. The plant's crawling with mechanicals, so it stands to reason you risked your life.
Between your camp and Reed's cannery, yours is the better.
You're not quite like anyone else I've met. You haven't had your consciousness programmed by the board. You're welcome among us if you're ever so inclined.
Thank you. Power still works outside. Hey, man.
Town's been dark a while now. Could be a mechanical trying to sabotage us.
Dimensional logic. Found it.
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Thank you. No, I won't go back to checking out making Adelaide the town leader. I have 20 lockpick, so I'm gonna go with tech. There we go. There we go. Now, let's... Oh, we gotta get Zoe back, huh? No, I don't want to know what the opposing possible things are. I'll see them on a second playthrough. Also, I mean, worst comes to worst, a bunch of corporate lackeys just fucking die of starvation. Like, what? I mean, they might as well be dead anyway. Like, I was planning to just shoot my way through them to solve the problem, but I don't think I'll have to, so it'll be fine. Oh, there's something still alive out here? Oh, cool.
We made it.
Good job.
Easy.
Glad I doubled back. I would have missed this. Thanks, Skeletor. Appreciate it. That was way the fuck out of line. It's really bringing it out of people tonight, huh? Hey Zoe, what up?
What I wouldn't do for a Wentworth.
So I've been sent to find you.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere.
I
This
killed
is
all your
where I
friends. Zoe, they're dead. Stefan told me about your favorite movie.
belong. So you tracked me down just to gab about the mass marketeer? I am impressed.
I've got a... Stefan wanted to watch this with you, you know.
I see what's going on here. I'm being bribed. Well, it's working. I can't say no to my favorite cereal. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Take care. How do I feel about the smaller, more contained areas? I'll have to let you know after I do the second one, because so far I like it just fine. Also, for me, the main thing isn't even Edgewater versus the town. It's whether or not they continue to work for the company. The company is the problem. Spacer's Choice is super fucking evil.
What is it?
Zoe's back.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
Something about outlaws. I don't want to get into it.
You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble.
That is the least you can
Let
do.
me know if I can do something for you.
Suck my fucking dirt. Ooh, a shock stick. Thanks for the pistol. I'm now encumbered. How's my rep? 100%? 100% with a little bit of negative. Looks like everything worked just fine. What difficulty am I playing on? Normal. Hey, man.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
You could repair this shit, that'd be great. Thank you. Alright, let's sell some guns. Some guns I don't need. Don't need it. Don't need it. Gonna check. Don't need it. You know, I'm gonna keep it for, don't need it. Yeah, armor. Get rid of all this crap. These have weight? I don't know. Point is. Alright, who wants to check out the town? I don't want to check out the town. It's probably great right now. First, I want to talk to Silas. Silas! Hey, man. You happy with me?
Don't see the sense in all this fussing over the power. Cannery shutting down just means I'll have more bodies to bury.
Got a question for you, man.
Yeah?
You know what? That's fine. You're cool, man. The man's got pride in his work. You know? Yeah, Reed's probably pretty pissed.
Oh, I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Hey, man.
I can't possibly cut anyone's hair in the dark.
I know some stuff about medicine.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
You are. So, only if you use it loosely, you know what I'm saying.
I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon, and if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene.
I don't know if that's good or not.
Go ahead.
So what happened with Eugene killing himself?
Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life.
That's horrible.
It's a miracle of bureaucracy. If Eugene's death were filed as a suicide, we'd all pay the price for his crime. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
I love you. Goodbye. But somebody is paying his suicide fees.
Power's gone. Law knows how long. Looking to get drunk? Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually obligated to recite company slogans to any visitors. Plague got you feeling woozy? Get yourself boozy with Spacer's Choice.
I'm glad you're going to die. Let's go talk to Reed. Looks like some people are upset.
Maybe Adelaide was right to leave.
Desertion is a criminal offense, punishable by hard labor.
Hard labor doing what, bitch?
Oh, it's you. Reed told me I should be expecting you. He's inside.
Oh! Elevator don't fucking work. Of course. Hey, Reed.
You want to know what gets my bile churning?
Taking your power.
Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters. Plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it?
'Cause fuck you. I don't owe you shit.
You're right. I put the fate of our town in the hands of some feckless transient. This is my fault.
I don't know about feckless.
All Edgewater's paying for my mistake. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you.
Call off your fucking guards, dude. I'm just gonna shoot them.
All right, easy now. Let's not do anything we'll regret. I'll order my guards to stand down. Take what you came for and then leave us be. Stand down, all of you. We're done here.
Oh, look, a whopping 4 guards. Where's Reed? Oh, hey, Phyllis.
You picked a fine time to visit, stranger.
Gotta talk to you about Eugene.
I paid his burial fees, didn't I? Let the dead sleep.
Eugene wasn't a suicide.
I don't understand. I found Eugene's body. I know the guy shot himself. Wait, are you telling me he was murdered?
Yeah, medication. Made him nuts.
He was plagued? Oh, law, that's awful. I helped carry his body out. I could have been infected. This is all a little too much for me to take in. But I guess if Eugene wasn't a suicide, our town won't have to pay a penalty.
Take care.
What are we supposed to do now?
Exercise patience and contemplate the scriptures.
Oh, they're gonna eat you. They're gonna eat you.
Mr. Thompson is aware of your concern. Are we getting paid or not?
Any loss of productivity?
This doesn't seem like the morally right choice, you say? I don't know. I feel good about what I did here. Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck is over here? I killed everything. Oh, it's the rats in the building. Alright, gang. I guess it's time to stroll back to the ship. Oh, I know I can fast travel. Oh, I'm sure they'll eat Reed soon enough, or possibly I don't know, something. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. You did a good job. What the? Give me your guts. Ah, whatever. Oh, I didn't even know about you. Yeah. I really made this place a better place. That one flew apart, goddamn. Fuck. There we go. Oh, some kind of horrible bird. I wonder if I missed anything. Oh well, I can come back later. I really did a good job here. I pretty much saved the whole town. Don't know what they would have done without me. I wonder if they'll build me a statue in honor of me saving the day and all. I think they will. Yeah, Elmo. I think they will.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post.
Deserters left Edgewater. I mean, you just ditched too.
I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had the choice. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Yeah, pick a cabin.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Hey, man.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room. Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's occupying your thoughts?
What's your story, man?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic?
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Why are you so passionate about it?
My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
Weren't they proud when you became a vicar, though?
They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me.
Can't help but follow the plan, then everything you do is part of it, right?
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
Seems quite trusting of you to just sign on without knowing me at all.
I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
What if the book doesn't have any answers, man?
I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story?
You're cool, I'll tell you.
And how did he do that?
Stole my body from the Hope.
Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
I'm gonna get some more chemicals to thaw out the rest.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
My friends are on the Hope. I gotta get them off.
Oh, I see. You have my condolences.
Tell me about that book in French.
Boconu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the
I already heard this. What are your thoughts on the Philosophists?
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to...
Already heard this.
But most of the
Any idea where we can find somebody who speaks French, aside from
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Boconu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Sounds like a good lead, but where?
That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How's a crew manifest gonna help you?
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
How is it that a simple vicar is also a hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Captain.
Something you need?
No, we're good. Right. The power. Well, I'm able to lockpick something in my own goddamn...
Nice.
Alright. I'm encumbered. Get the fuck out.
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise.
What the fuck, Ada?
What can I do for you, Captain?
Power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
No. I mean, yeah.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Thank you. I'm just gonna fucking... Ugh. I'm carrying too much fucking shit. You've got the... Yeah, you've got the upgraded one, which means I can break that one down. That should do it. There we go. Good enough for now. Nailed it. What's up, Beta?
What can I do for you, Captain?
I fixed it, man.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Sure, let's do it. Oh my god, it's a piece of fucking shit.
Communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Oh, hey, cool.
Ah, there you are. Hale and hearty and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die.
Yeah, that's my bad.
How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
A little light-headed, and I have time-stop abilities.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Why do I need a nav key exactly?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys called Kelly.
Right. The Black Marketeer.
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
All right. I'll go have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time.
Really?
I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
What is that?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
What's the limitations?
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
This sounds fucking amazing. Can't I just use a steel uniform?
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise? The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
How the hell does it sweeten my breath, man?
Science, that's how.
Fair enough. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it. So we were on Terra 2. Groundbreaker and Phineas Slab. We got Typhon, Hephaestus, Scylla, Eridanios, Monarch, Olympus, Tartarus. Whatever the fuck this is. Some kind of sun. Welcome to System Map. Here you can see all the planets in this system as well as some special points of interest. You can fly your ship to any location you have unlocked, though some landing bays require special codes and keys before they allow you to land. Moving between planets is considered extremely dangerous and all employees are encouraged to remain at home or in work. Yeah, I'm not going to travel. What I am going to do is go talk to my crew. Okay. For a second there, I was like, what if I just opened the door and died? Hey, Rex.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
Shepherd. You learned your trade from your dad? Sounded like it when you talked to Reed.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life.
Cheese. Hawthorne.
Mr. Thompson.
Cheese.
Let me forget
Hawthorne.
how funny that was.
You work beside your dad your whole life?
Except for my schooling years, I was always beside him. Or tied to him. He used to carry me about in a sling when I was real little. When I got older, he set me to sorting tools and parts while he worked. Later, he taught me simple fixes like busted crate latches.
I don't see the humor, really.
He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
Ugh. You're actually good and you enjoy it.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
So after school, you went back to Edgewater?
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
You get much time with him when you came back from school?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
What do you think of the ship?
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
That's the ship's computer. She's not smart, but she pretends.
So you're gonna call her it, not she?
Though my voice is currently pitched to suggest female, I possess no gender. Any pronoun preferred by the user is acceptable.
Hello, I am not a board-certified mechanic.
No,
but
you don't
my
have to
dad
do that.
was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it. I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile.
No, it's not real. It's a virtual intelligence. What do you think? Safe fly now? We got
I
regulator?
don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
All right, thank you. Don't know why I pulled my gun out. That's a little weird, but all right. Okay, I seem to be very excited to pull my gun out. Glad that we have a toilet with a fucking door.
All crew members, please be advised that perishables should not be left on the counter for more than 48 hours, unless you are hoping for an infestation of sprats.
Mm-hmm. Index of banned literature. Interesting. Huh. Whiskey. Uh-huh. Dude likes books. Mm-hmm. Heavy ammo, huh? Trading cards. Interesting. Hey, man.
As always, I am at your disposal. What's occupying your thoughts?
let's talk about this personal quest.
Of course. Are you ready to break into security on the Groundbreaker?
Yeah. I wonder whose room this is. Modern steel wrench and you. You know, I really do have to steal everything that you own. Because it's mine. It's mine now. Everything on the ship is mine. Oh, that'd be her dad, I assume. All right. This is literally just HK-47. This is literally just HK-47. This is Sam. That is literally HK-47. Ooh. There it is. Holographic shroud projects a disguise on you and your companions. It gives you access to restricted areas, provided you have correct ID cartridges for the area. Restricted areas are off limits to unauthorized personnel and otherwise result in being attacked on sight. So how does it work? I mean, I guess I'll figure that out later. Oh, I never leveled up. Let's level up. What do I want to increase? Stealth or tech? Tech. Nah. Ranged. Perks. What do we got? All right. Vendor prices, base health, damage when alone, definitely not. Walk speed, sprint speed. I'm tempted to do the maintenance one. I'm very tempted. Because shit fucking falls apart. Yeah. Messages for Hawthorne. From Bedford. Forgot to mention in the previous message. Silly me, mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, Space Adventures of Singularity. Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with the head of Well Steel. Not exactly board approved, but don't you go showing around your spacer buddies. Log. Shrink Ray. Remember this later, no better. Ada, remind me weekly to check this law until I tell you to stop. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Saw in actuality with my own two eyes, blindly powerful weapon in Wells' lab, sitting there for the taking. If the gray hair were to look away or forget about it, maybe. Called it Shrink Ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by achievements of other scientists who dared to push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. I had heard rumors of fantastical weapons like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science cutting edge, but I figured they were just stories, to be honest. Lying on Wells's eyes on Wells' shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fellow wonder there's more to it than rumors, more to be had. Last time I got sloshed, I was imbibing on the last hope of the Groundbreaker. Look, Odom was really free with the drinks. He seemed like an okay fellow. I shamelessly but subtly eavesdropped on two Mardets? Yeah. Yammering about a mad scientist some years back who claimed he made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like none of us had heard that one before. But here is the good part. The Mardets that the mad scientists kept yelling about Hammer's power or something similar. Strange weapon with a special power created by a crazy lab coat? Sure fits the bill. Black market leads. Why? Why won't Wells just give me the shrink ray to me? Blast him to the depths of the labyrinth of Tartarus and back. Let the record show I did apologize for shouting him down 5 times, but architect be damned, it's just sitting there, neglected, gathering dust. Should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission or breaking expensive equipment when he said he wasn't ready yet. And even if he were, he couldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean? I asked. That I'm not trustworthy enough? That I'll use it to wipe out the good hard-working folks of the colony like some kind of moralist psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that, exactly? Now I have to wait until Wells forgets or thinks he's misplaced it. In the meantime, I have been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to others of these science weapons throughout Halcyon. Gossip holds true. My next step will be check with the black market merchants on the Groundbreaker and in Fallbrook. Sam. First Sam result. Don't forget, you found a discarded sanitation and maintenance auto-mechanical in Emerald Vale scrapyard during your last job. Shouldn't be too difficult to get it up and running. With a few key modifications, I can envision a combat-capable variant. Some might say a clean, mean, killing machine. Removal of the factory standard part Sud Steeper was successful. Delivery of combat-modified replacement part Acid Steeper has been delayed. Progress setback is estimated to be solid 3 months. Not like I have more pressing matters to attend to. But I do. I'm giving up hope on delivery. The part is lost in transit, and it's not turning up anytime soon. But good news, I heard from a gal who knows the broker who overcharged me for information regarding the location of an acid steeper I can filch. Part was sent to an old storage facility in Roseway. Never thought I'd go back to that pit. Good thing Auntie abandoned it years ago. Picked it up following this next pit stop back to Emerald Vale. Wells wants me to chaperone some person of interest. Details come later. The cleaning machine. The cleaning machine. Oh, there's more emails? Did I not see them? Oh, my bad. Archive messages. Bedford. Dearest Alex, I can't tell how pleased I am to finally hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I'm delighted by your sense of humor and the tale of your hijinks. Hope the terminal will cooperate for the foreseeable future. By the by, I was scraping Groundbreaker's comms network for some tasty little tidbits, and I noticed you declined to dock to Edgewater's landing pad and had decided to touch down in the wilderness. You rugged individualist, you. Only pray that Thompson wasn't giving you any trouble. Anyway, I hope your meeting down in Terra 2 proves fruitful, and I look forward to corresponding with greater regularity. I don't know where you were raised, but I'd hazard to guess that it may have been a barn, because anyone with a modicum of decent rearing would know it's unforgivably rude to ignore the ardent, sincere messages of one's friends. Please respond. Hello. Hope this finds you well. It's a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about the impounding mix-up. How could it have happened a second time? Terminals these days, I swear. Dreadfully unreliable. Aha, just like your ship. Hope you've given some thoughts to that thing we discussed. You know, about the Wells fellow. I'm so sorry to press, but I have the strangest tickling feeling that you really do know him. And if you could just tell me where he is, well, it'd be marvelous for our friendship, wouldn't it? Looking forward to seeing you again, wingman. Hello, Adam here, Uncle Adam Bedford. Met when I accidentally impounded your ship? My silly fat fingers embarrassing me once again. I hope I wasn't terribly inconvenient for you. It was such a pleasure for me. And I tremendously appreciate your forbearance in not throttling me. You really are quite the gentleman. If you're ever in Groundbreaker's airspace, well, space, please don't hesitate to look me up. The Last Hope serves Spectrum vodka. Perhaps we could try every color. You know, really tie one on. Let me know. Your new friend. Adam. 2 Bedford. Look, there's no call for shouting. My terminal was busted. Had a few too many and might have knocked it off the desk. You know how it is. Sometimes you just gotta cut loose. Not telling you where Wells is, so lay off. Buy me a drink of the Lost Hope next time I'm in. And I might forgive you. There we are. Space. Hey, Ada.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Anything about the Sam?
The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
I'm in the mood for entertainment.
Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear?
Let's hear a joke.
Why was the chemist sad? Because all her beakers are gone.
All right, what about a song?
Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
That's not my favorite song.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song.
All right, that's enough.
As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders.
Got a minute to talk.
I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely.
What if you don't have a power source?
I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. Do you think that is what it's like for the colonists on A Lost Hope?
I guess so.
When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. I think my self-preservation protocols incline me to desire the alternative.
And what might that be?
Traveling the system with you, Captain.
Aw. What about your last captain? You miss him, or, does that matter?
Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt that. I do feel that. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design.
Have there been other captains?
If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was. How can I be of assistance?
Like to learn more about the colony, please.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
The lab.
Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most.
What do you know about Phineas?
There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system?
No, don't do that.
A sensible choice, as we do not have any laser weapons.
Why's the landing rough?
The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them.
I'd like to ask you about something else.
Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
What about the Groundbreaker?
We're clear to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously.
You can take care of this, right?
I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship.
Great. Thanks.
You are more than welcome, Captain.
What's the spiel on the Groundbreaker?
The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with stationed representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid.
Thank you.
How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Terra 2, please.
Where in Terra 2?
Emerald Vale and Edgewater.
Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale, or it was when first built. Since then, neglect and time have worn away her shiny veneer. The town is near the coordinates where Captain Hawthorne died. It would not be unfortunate if something, like say a plague, were to wipe Emerald Vale from the face of the planet.
What do you think of the town?
You mean the ones who did not answer my distress call with medical assistance, but instead came to issue my injured captain a parking ticket?
Yes, those.
I'm sure they are wonderful humans who don't deserve to be wiped out by starvation or a devastating plague.
That's fair. How's it doing since we left?
Since you diverted power to the deserters, the botanical lab is thriving. However, Emerald Vale's cannery shut down, leading to a total collapse of Edgewater's population. Thank you, Captain.
Yeah, all right.
How can I be of assistance?
You know what? I'm good. Thank
See
you, Ada.
soon, Captain.
You can look out and see the planet, too. Yeah. Fuck them. All right, that's going to be it for tonight. Oh. Luckily, the internet hasn't crashed in a while. We were able to finish the first planet. Yay. Isn't that super? Oh, almost asleep. Almost fucking completely asleep. All right, so I'll be kicking this back in probably Monday or Tuesday night. I'll have the weekend to sort out my internets. Yay. All right, let's thank some people. I'm going to get out of here. Want to thank Otaku Isaiah for subbing for 18. Thank you, Otaku. Happy double stream baby anniversary, Pat. This month's Snapple real fact is that you'll hopefully believe is 737. The human brain takes up 2% of human body weight, but uses 20% of its energy. Absolutely. I know that for a fact. Nikos kicked in 5. Thank you, Nikos. So I found out that the power company in my area is turning off the power in my area to try and prevent the fire, even though most of my state is already on fire. Thanks for keeping my mind off the pain. That's fucking crazy. Good luck with that shit. Neck DW4 kicked in 5 says Rabby Ribby for life streaming coward. What the fuck is Rabby Ribby? You guys know? What the fuck that is? I don't know. Gubu sub for 3 says LOL forgot to accidentally set this to auto renew. Well, thank you. Grey Dose sub for 10 and Triangle Body sub. Thanks, guys. MGS Komodo Dragon kicked in 5. Thank you, man. Is Epic's game client worth dealing with now, or should I stick to my guns and wait for the release on Steam? I hate game client exclusivity, but I want to buy this. I don't run into any problems with their client. Their store is terrible, but the client is fine. But if you want to just wait and get it on Steam, just wait and get it on Steam. Jojo Not Crash sub for 13. Thank you. Exologic sub for 11. Smooth Fiend sub for 18 says, oh, hey, didn't know that Outer Wilds was out already. Oh, you. Haha. Lemu Hollow sub for 17. Thank you. Last Son of Odin sub tier 2 for 34. Thank you, Odin. Blastozoid sub for 9 says, thanks for the content, Elmo. Please pet Pat for chat. Why, thank you, Elmo. Yes. Oh, he's sleepy. Future Death Stranding quote kicked in $5. This is a pretty good one. Pat, will you please just use a baby? You have 99 of them. You've had to waste 37 because you couldn't pick them up. Ignore the mind goblins. You can buy new babies. They're really cheap. Thank you. Future Death Stranding quote. Fenrir Lives kicked in 29 months. Thank you, man. Hey, Pat. Been busy with job and school, but it's nice to kick back catch stream for once. Looking forward to watching some VODs while I prep for painting and religion finals. Congratulations and good luck. Scrap Sentinel sub for 2. Thank you, Scrap. And Cthulhu sub for 8. Thank you, man. Did you hear? I've awakened to justice, apparently. Didn't feel much different. Yeehaw, I'm an egg. Well, that makes no fucking sense at all. But okay. All right, you guys have a good night. I have to get up at 8 o'clock for Internet Man to tell me that he can't get into my neighbor's backyard again for some reason. I'm so excited. All right, I'll see you guys this coming week with more Outer Worlds and maybe Destiny Festival of the Lost. All right, see you guys. Bye.
Elmo!